Hello. I'm just going to share with you briefly as an addition to the things that I've already shared in the previous recording. I promise that I'm going to take a series which is going to be of benefit. But before I continue, I'd like you to ensure that your name is on my list because there are things that I will share with those who are on my list that will not be made public because of some of the sensitive things that will have to be mentioned. So it will be very private, and of course, they are going to be of very high value. That's worthy of note. Well, if your friend's name is not already on my list, ask them to be part of this because I believe it's going to be of help. Like I mentioned in one of my teachings, one of the things that is common to all of us is the desire to have excellent human relationships that are enabling, empowering, relationships that will motivate you, will stir you up into the place where you ought to be. Most times our lives get defined by the relationships that we maintain. Isn't it true that the things that we do most times are either enabled or disabled by the relationships we keep? There are many of us who are into things today that are either profitable or they are causing you to have great losses. And they all started with relationship. You might have been introduced to things. You might have been talked out of things that you ought to do because of the relationships you are into. Hardly one person who has entered into real freedom, into living the kind of life he or she wants to live, that has not been able or that has not had good relationship in place. So it's something worthy of note. But I want to quickly mention that I have discovered many things that are common with singles who are finding it difficult to enter into the relationship of their own dreams. Relationship that from the beginning they are sure this is the kind of thing I want to get into. This is the kind of relationship I want to get into. This is the kind of man I want to live with. This is the kind of woman I want to live with. One of them is lack of vision. Lack of vision. Many relationships are driven by emotions. It's okay to start with emotion. I mean, if it's not at the beginning, it will be at the middle. And of course, any good relationship will have to have some kind of emotion in place. Of course, it should be able to stir up the right kind of emotion, but that shouldn't be the foundation. The foundation for any lasting relationship is vision. Are you vision driven? If you are not vision driven, then it's very likely many times you are going to discover that people are going to drag you into the things you don't really want because you don't have a vision of where you are going. How true. When the Bible says that where there is no vision, people cast off restraint. You're likely going to do anything, go to anywhere, accept anybody because you have no vision. So you need to have your vision. You need to know where you are going and what you are about. So that is something to have in place. Do you have a vision? Because vision should be what determines who am I going to go there with? Where am I going? That's the number one question. Where am I going? And who do I want to go there with me? Very basic. And if you can answer that, that should take care of the question of who should I marry. You should marry somebody that is heading your direction, that is going for what you are going for, that is about what you are about. That should be noted. Number two, and I want to mention this very quickly, and that is being able to understand yourself. What do I mean? There's got to be self-awareness. And when I talk about self-awareness, I am thinking, or what I have in mind is your temperament. What is your temperament? Of the four basic temperaments, which one is most pronounced? Or which of the combinations are you finding common with you? because that should be able to help you to know the kind of person that you are, the things that you are likely going to respond to or to react to, the kind of person that you are likely going to be able to live with and enjoy the person's input into your life, or you will be happy to live with and enjoy what you are doing together. Because if you don't know who you are, who then will be able to tell you who you are? So that is very important. What is your temperament? Where in the different temperament, or what are the different combinations that make up your temperament? And if you understand that, fantastic. And then the other problem, which is very common with many singles, is that they have no idea of what marriage was designed for. Marriage is not an accident. Many people have got children accidentally, even though the children are not accidental, but they did not plan to have those children. Yes, in the heart of God, there's a plan for each and every one of the children that we have on planet Earth. But you have to understand that the human nature, how God designed us, and the way God designed marriage to perform, marriage was not meant to be an accident. And the outcome of it should be very purposeful, should be very deliberate. If it never used to be, much more now. This is 21st century. Well, I need to round up here, but I have to mention this. That the one thing or two things that I consider to be the most outstanding, that is fighting and will not allow people to succeed, fighting against good marriage relationship, fighting against you walking into relationship confidently as a single, looking forward to succeeding in it. One of them is lack of marriage education. Number two, which should take care of the next one, is lack of marriage coaching. Well, that's what we are about. By the grace of God, I am here to help you. I'm here to help you, and that's why we have our online marriage coaching. I want to ask you to check the link where you have www.singleswithrobertntefon.synthesite.com. www.singleswithrobertntefon.synthesite.com. And when you get there, you have an opportunity to sign up for the online coaching program, or just put your name on the list to be receiving marriage success tips from time to time. But meanwhile, this is where we're going to draw the curtain. I'm sad to end here, but that's how it's got to be. But on the other side, I'll have all the time to share with you, and I'm sure you enjoyed listening to me as much as I enjoyed speaking. God bless you, and see you some other time.